Beyond the horizon, the alien city slept under calm lights, but Dani could feel the tension lingering in the air. The pulse of the Tower of Echoes, the heartbeat of the core, and the faint, lingering presence of the architects all pressed on him. The fractures in space were gone for now, but the galaxy had noticed him. The network was awake, and it was only a matter of time before they acted again. Seris and Veyra stood beside him on the tower platform, their expressions heavy. The weight of what had just happened pressed down on all three of them. Below, the city's lights shimmered softly, oblivious to the cosmic scale threat above. "We can't stay here," Dani said quietly. His gaze drifted to the horizon where the fractures had once scarred the void. "They'll watch, they'll calculate, and if we stay, we'll be trapped in their observation forever." Seris frowned. "Leave? You mean abandon the city? After everything we've done?" Dani shook his head firmly. "Not abandon. Prepare. Learn. Grow stronger. If the network strikes again, the city won't survive unless we understand what we're up against." Veyra's wings flexed nervously. "You're saying we take the fight to them? Across the galaxy?" "Yes," Dani said. "We need to understand their reach, find other seeded worlds, gather allies. The architects won't stop with this sector." The three descended into the inner chambers of the Tower of Echoes. Crystalline walls shimmered faintly, reflecting the city below and the stars beyond. Dani's mind raced, calculating risks, potential allies, and the unknown dangers that awaited them. He approached the core nexus once more, placing both hands on its smooth surface. The silver pulse greeted him, responding to his intent. He could feel the energy flowing through the city, reaching out to faint echoes of other seeded worlds scattered across galaxies. Some were silent ruins. Others still pulsed faintly, clinging to life. "They'll know we've left," Seris warned. "Even if we hide, they'll detect the energy signatures." Dani's silver glow pulsed faintly, steady, unwavering. "They may detect us," he replied, "but they won't predict what we'll do next." Veyra's fingers traced a glowing conduit on the floor. "What about the other civilizations? How many are still active?" Dani shook his head. "We don't know. Some are ruins. Some may already be under architect control, but some might be like us, independent, capable of resisting, and we need to find them before the architects do." Seris exhaled slowly, nodding. "Then we prepare. Supplies, ships, equipment, everything we'll need." Hours passed in silence as they packed, each lost in thought. Dani's mind wandered to the fractures in space, the massive entities, and the sheer scale of the network. Each step of this journey could determine the fate of countless worlds. Finally, preparations were complete. They approached a small transport vessel hidden in a maintenance bay beneath the tower. Its hull was designed for stealth, masking energy signatures and blending perfectly into asteroid fields. Dani ran final checks, his hands moving over the controls with precision born from countless trials in the outer clusters. "Ready?" Seris asked. Dani's silver glow pulsed faintly, a calm resolve shining through his exhaustion. "As ready as we'll ever be." The vessel lifted silently, slipping through the city's protective grids. Below, lights glimmered in oblivious peace. Citizens went about their lives, unaware that the fate of their civilization now depended on three travelers and their courage. Once in orbit, Dani connected briefly with the city one last time, sending a subtle pulse of reassurance. It was a promise. They would return, stronger, prepared, and ready to defend. The pulse intertwined with the city's heartbeat, steadying it, leaving a lingering trace of hope. The stars stretched out before them, infinite, dark, and full of possibilities. Beyond the horizon, the faint, lingering traces of the fractures shimmered. The architects were aware. They were calculating. They were waiting. But so was Dani. He gripped the controls tightly, feeling the pulse of the city within him, the rhythm of the core guiding his every decision. The stars outside blurred as they jumped into faster-than-light travel, each second bringing them closer to new worlds, new dangers, and new discoveries. Veyra spoke quietly, her voice almost lost in the hum of the engines. "Do you think they'll follow us?" Dani's silver eyes glimmered in the cockpit light. "Yes, and they'll calculate every move we make. But if we move carefully, if we learn, we can stay one step ahead." Seris glanced at him, tension clear in his features. "One misstep and the architects could wipe out everything we've protected." Dani exhaled slowly, a mix of exhaustion and determination. Then we make sure there are no missteps. Not this time. In the depths of space, a faint ripple echoed through the darkness. Subtle, deliberate. Something ancient and calculating had noticed the movement. The architects were not idle. They were learning, and now they had a new variable to consider. Dani felt it inside him, the pulse of the galaxy, the thread connecting him to all that had awakened. It was a hum of power, potential, and danger. He understood the stakes fully now. This journey would not just be about survival. It would be about defining the fate of countless civilizations. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and for the first time Dani smiled faintly. Not in relief, not in triumph, but in determination. The architects were watching. The galaxy was awake, and Dani had just begun. The first seeded world. The transport vessel slipped silently through a dense asteroid belt at the edge of the system. Dani's silver glow pulsed faintly in the cockpit, a reminder of the core connection still lingering, faint but alive. Seris monitored the sensors, while Veyra's wings flexed nervously in the dim cabin light. This world is barely on any charts, Dani said. No records of habitation, no core links, or so the data suggested. But the network may have touched it before. That's why we're here first. The planet came into view. Jagged mountains pierced violet clouds, while luminescent forests stretched across massive plains below. Strange auroras danced along the horizon, shifting as though alive. Veyra leaned forward. It's beautiful, but it feels wrong. Quiet, but tense. Dani nodded. That's exactly why we need to investigate. If the architects haven't fully integrated this world, it could hold the key to allies, or dangers we can't imagine. The vessel descended through the auroras, energy shields flickering as charged particles grazed the hull. They landed in a valley where glowing flora cast long shadows over crystal-like rock formations. The air shimmered faintly, charged with unknown energy. Stepping out, Dani felt the pulse immediately. The planet's energy was alive but fractured. Not chaotic, not fully controlled. Independent, untamed. Something's here, Seris said cautiously, scanning the horizon. Suddenly, movement flickered among the glowing trees. Shadows darted quickly, too fast and coordinated for ordinary creatures. Dani raised a hand. Stay calm. Let's not make sudden moves. A faint hum resonated through the valley, growing stronger. Then, figures emerged. Humanoid but not human. Their bodies glowed faintly, translucent like the Tower of Echo's crystals, but with distinct patterns of shifting color. Their eyes were large, reflecting the auroras above, and their limbs moved with uncanny precision. Veyra instinctively stepped closer to Dani. Who are they? The leader of the group stepped forward, taller than the others, aura pulsing brighter. A soft melodic tone emanated from them, as if their voice was both sound and thought. You are not of the architects, the figure said, voice weaving through their minds. Your signal is new. It carries choice. Dani's silver glow pulsed in recognition. We're explorers. We mean no harm. My name is Dani, from the city protected by the Tower of Echoes. The leader tilted their head slightly, analyzing. The tower, core-linked. You have interfered with the architect's observation network. Why? Dani exhaled slowly. Because life deserves growth. Because control is not protection. Because choice matters. The humanoid's aura shifted, pulsing with rapid patterns. The others murmured, their colors blending, forming a rhythm Dani could almost feel in his chest. You speak of concepts foreign to this system, the leader said. The architects observe, manage, correct. Deviation is dangerous. I know, Dani said, but I've seen what happens when control is absolute. Civilizations die. Freedom dies. Creativity dies. We stopped one of your evaluations, but I know more are out there. And they'll come. A pause. The leader's glow dimmed slightly, almost as if contemplating. You risk attracting them. Dani's jaw tightened. Better to face them prepared than hide and be destroyed. The leader extended a hand. Then you have courage, and perhaps wisdom. We are the survivors of a core-linked seeding experiment. Our world was overlooked after partial integration. Few of us remain. We live in harmony with the planet's pulse, independent, yet linked. Few can interface without harm. Dani stepped closer. We could help each other, learn from each other, strengthen defenses. If the architects come again, alone we fall. Together we might survive, and keep choice alive. The leader studied him, then slowly nodded. Perhaps, but trust is fragile. We must test you. From the trees, a series of luminous creatures emerged. Not hostile, but shimmering with latent energy. The leader gestured. If you cannot move with the planet's pulse, it will not accept you. Dani placed his hands lightly on the ground. The silver energy inside him spread outward, sensing the land, the energy currents flowing beneath the surface, and the rhythm of life itself. The air around him shimmered faintly, matching his pulse. Veyra and Seris joined him, each syncing with their own energy. The luminous creatures paused, watching, almost breathing in unison with the trio. The leader's glow pulsed brightly. The bond is recognized. You are compatible. Dani exhaled, a smile forming. Then let's prepare. We'll learn your ways, understand your defenses, and get ready. The architects are not finished, and the galaxy is bigger than any of us imagined. As night fell, the auroras above danced violently, reflecting the city's pulse and Dani's own silver glow. In the distance, faint ripples shimmered in space. The architects were still out there, still calculating, but for the first time, the galaxy had allies. Seris glanced at Dani. We've just found our first real chance. Dani nodded, eyes scanning the horizon, pulse syncing with the planet. This is only the beginning. The architects are watching, but now, so are we. And far above, in the void, the fractures in space pulsed faintly again, as if responding to a new variable. Hope, defiance, and the first true resistance.